If I came to the dealership and both of these trucks were in Thunderstorm Gray, one was the AEV, one was the regular AT4X, would I buy the AEV package? We're going to answer that question in this video. Special shout out to Jerry Seiner, Buick GMC here in South Jordan, Utah. By the time I post this video, this truck's will probably be already sold. If you would like to purchase it, if it's somehow still available, be sure to reach out to Frank. I will put his information here below. Let's go ahead and start with my truck, and then we'll move over to the AEV again.
Now, really quickly, I wanted to show you the window stickers before we got started. That way you have an idea of the pricing. So this is my AT4X without the AEV package. So base price is right here. That's with the gas engine, but once you add the Duramax, mine has the fifth wheel prep package and a few other things here. The total price is $95,720 with destination right here. Now here is the AEV package right here. I'm just going to zoom in for you so you can see it better. So that's going to be $9,395, and here's everything that's going to come in that package. So basically $10,000 more once you figure taxes, and the total price jumps to $104,375.
The non-AEV AT4X has a sportier appearance. You have this gloss black front bumper. They give you a little bit of bronze right here that matches the grille, and they give you the red recovery hooks. Now personally, I would like for them to be black because I don't like red on the front of trucks. I don't know why, I just don't like the way it looks. But apart from that, you have the front parking sensors. Fog lights are right here. And as you guys saw that bronze on the grille, they do stamp AT4X on the side there. You have a forward-facing camera. And when you look at an AT4 versus this X, they do take off the valance below here to give this truck better ground clearance. So this truck, even though it has an 1.5 inch lift, you have better ground clearance because they removed something down below to make it sit a little bit higher for you going on those trails. But look at this beast right here. I love this AEV front bumper. It makes the truck look so tough. I said it in the last video I did on this AT4X AEV, but it's just true. It looks so tough. Pretty much the same fog lights right here. AEV has their badge right there on the front end. You have these black steel recovery hooks, and this bumper can take a winch on the front. I don't know why GM decided not to add a winch to this pickup truck, guys. Like, I was really bummed by that. The bumper can take it, but they should have did it for the price point for this package. On the front end, nothing changes on the grille or the headlights. They're all full LED, but the approach angle is even better with this package. So if you really do plan on going off-road, this is a truck to get. Now let's talk about the underbody. We'll start with the front and then we'll move our way back. On my AT4X non-AEV, you get this aluminum skid plate. And it goes pretty far back, so your four-wheel drive system, all that's going to be pretty much protected right there, okay? And here's the front end of the AEV. So all this is finished in steel. So notice how far up this comes. So you have greater protection, and it's pretty wide too. So it goes pretty much right here all the way to the other side. Also, you have a steel one right there. So the aluminum goes further back like this, but it doesn't cover as much as these cover on this AEV truck. Hopefully you guys can see that. So back to my non-AEV AT4X. You guys see how that aluminum skid plate pretty much stops right there? Notice that you can see the transmission pan right there is not protected. Now they do add a skid plate right here for the transfer case to protect that, but that's pretty much it. I didn't notice this at first, but they do give you a plate also for the DEF tank right there on both sides. So let's go ahead and check out the one for the AEV truck. So you can pretty much see that skid plate stops in the same spot up front, but look at this huge skid plate here. It goes pretty much all the way back. It protects the transfer case, it protects the transmission, so you have greater protection under here. And I like how they cut out these holes inside of the skid plate too. I'm willing to bet the reason why they did that is to make it lighter, but also if you need to wash out the undercarriage, it's easier to wash these out and let the mud fall through. So these are stamped with AEV, they say. I don't see where they're stamped at though. But yeah, they're very nice, and they go all the way back, like I said, to that DEF tank. But they don't put anything on the back here. So on that fuel tank and the diff, they do not protect that on this truck. These are the standard wheels for the AT4X. They have a machine face. They're 18x9. And at first I didn't like these wheels, but they're starting to grow on me. I don't like machine face wheels personally. I like them just to be either one color or the other, but they don't look that bad. And they do kind of match the badging on the truck. Now if you move over to the AT4X AEV, they do give you this Salta wheel. And it has a black appearance. They do give you some protection with that valve stem right there too, if you go off-road. And these are gonna be 18x9. They're aluminum and they look great. They have multiple spokes. And I kind of wish, because of the blackout, they should have just went on ahead and just blacked out all the badges, but we won't be that picky, right? Not today. As far as the tires go, there's no difference on the tires. They're both Goodyear Wrangler, Territory MTs. The suspension's the same story. There's no differences on that as well. Now, if you move over to the side of the truck here, you can see there is a slight difference on the side of the bumper. You don't have the 2500 badge on the side, and this, the way that they styled it is different because you have better approach angle with this truck compared to the regular AT4X. Now as far as the side profile goes, there's no differences with these pickups. The only difference you're going to see is the door handles. Mine are painted to match the truck. The AEV has black door handles right there. And they look good too. They do match really well with the wheels, the trim around the mirrors, and the windows. So it goes really well together. Also out back, you're gonna have the AEV rear bumper. This one does have recovery hooks right there. And they do have AEV right there on the back. And this bumper does sit higher too, so you get more ground clearance. They do have the AEV stamped right there too. Also, they do black out this part of the tailgate. And when you get an AT4X, both sides are gonna have this. You're gonna have a full-size spare tire. And as I mentioned earlier, nothing changes with the suspension. You're gonna have the Multimatic DSSV, which is dynamic suspension spool valve. 342 rear end with the diesel, 373 with the gas trucks for the rear end. I do like my bumper better than the AEV. The AEV does look cooler, but I like that I have my steps. I don't want to get rid of these because I use these a lot. Parking sensors on both sides, so even when you get these bumpers, you don't lose the parking sensors. I like that. And nothing else is really different. Like I said, I don't have the blackout on the tailgate, and of course I don't have the badging because mine's on the AEV. But let's go ahead and check out the interiors. Fair warning, the interior part of this is gonna go really fast because there's not many differences. I'm gonna show you right here and right here with the AT4X AEV. You get the embroiderment and the headrest, and they just stamp the floor mats with AEV. That's it. Those are the only differences with these interiors. These have the obsidian rush, they have real leather seats, they have massage function, 16-way seat, 12-speaker Bose sound system, all that good stuff. So I'm not gonna take any time on that because, yeah, there's no differences. Let's go ahead and check out the payloads. We'll start with my truck and then we'll move over to the AEV. The gross actual weight rating up front is 5,600 pounds, the rear is 66, so those are not gonna change, and the gross vehicle weight rating is not gonna change. 18x9 wheels, as I mentioned. My payload on my truck is 2,854 pounds. It says 2,855 here, but it's really 2,854. Now, you guys see where my gooseneck towing capacity is 18.1. Make sure you remember that for the AT4X AEV. Nothing changes with these numbers, but the payload is going to be 2,694 pounds. So it's 160 pounds less than my truck. And they do lower the gooseneck to 15,570, which is not a big deal, because one thing you have to keep in mind is you're going to run out of payload in most cases before you even get there. You probably run out before you get to 12,000 pounds if you're towing a fifth wheel. But this truck does not have fifth wheel prep package. Mine does. So figure my truck probably would have another 150 pounds more of available payload if I didn't have fifth wheel prep package. So I could be closer to 2,900 pounds of payload compared to this truck. But here's the question. Is the AEV worth 9,400 bucks? I think if you want a really special pickup, it is. But you're not paying $9,400 for this type of stuff. I could probably rebuild this truck on mine and come in a lot cheaper, because this truck had these bumpers already originally, right? So how expensive are these bumpers to buy off the market? Like, that's the only question I have. Also, the wheels. All they did was switch off the wheels, so there should have been a credit for the bumpers and the wheels. But there's not. The only thing you're getting extra is the painted door handles, the embroiderment on the interior, the skid plates down below, and just that black matted part on the tailgate. But that's it. I mean, the bumpers have to be switched off in my mind, and the wheels have to be switched off. So I feel like this package should have been closer to, like, and I mean, I might still be high, but I think $5,000. I mean, but I don't know how they get their pricing from AEV. AEV is a very expensive off-road company, so I don't know. They have good stuff, and I've seen some stuff from in the past. Their stuff holds up really well, and they have the best style bumpers, bar none. No one can touch these bumpers. Every time I see aftermarket bumpers, there's very few that I like, and if I were to get some, I'd definitely get these design bumpers. But I hope you guys liked the video. Special shout out to Jerry Seiner here in South Jordan, Utah. Be sure to ask for Frank if you are in the market. He can help you order a truck, and he's really easy to work with. So yeah, be sure to reach out to him. See you guys soon.